Hi guys, welcome back. We're back with another video, and in today's video we're going to be breaking down some of the trades that we took and explain to you guys on how these trades came about and these setups and how we've been managing these trades. Alright, so if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell icon to be the first to watch when we upload any new content. Alright guys, so we actually gave a free signal in our Telegram channel. If you haven't joined it, do find the link in the description below. Here's the link, or you can also just scan. You can pause the video and scan this QR code. Remember, this is our only Telegram channel with this link right here. Any other Telegram channel is not owned by us. Alright, so as you can see, this was forwarded from our VIP signal channel, and we did share it with everyone in the public group. And this is on GBP CAD. As you can see, on GBP CAD we had already taken a sell entry. As you can see, we had a very a big multi-day formation right there, right? And our entry was on the second leg, and as you can see, we did have a drop, which was good, as we broke multiple structures to the downside, right? And we could also identify the 50 and 200 crossover. So as you can see, when the market came back to this area, right, we had this first leg and the second leg right at that 200 EMA. So that is actually a setup, one of the setups that we trade, and we wanted to see push down to these areas, right? So if you're looking to take some partials, these are areas where you can focus on for intraday trading. All right, so let us go back to the chart. So as you can see from that area currently right now, this is where the market is right now. As you can see, we had a very good very interesting drop from that area. As you can see from the second leg, we are deep in profit. All right, so I'm going to break this down for you from a clean chart, and how this trade came about. Okay, so looking at GBP CAD, right, I always like looking at my charts from the higher time frames. So just by looking at the daily, it's very simple. As you can see, the structure on the daily was very simple. As you can see, higher highs and higher lows. So looking at this, right, this was my recent high, right? And because of this, as you can see, we had a strong move to the downside, right? Strong move to the downside, breaking structures. As you can see, remember, we have been in an up phase, right? So the market structure, just by looking at this, you can see that we have a break of structure. Now when you have such structure breakers, right, it is always important. Remember, we look to sell where banks are likely to fill in their orders. So a reversal structure for a sell structure can be a rally, base, drop, right? So this becomes your base area, meaning this becomes your sell zone. So if price does make its way up there, would want to execute sells from this zone, right? This is a reversal structure, and we can also take an entry on a drop, base, drop, right? So this base area becomes our sell area. So if we can move back up, we look to sell from this point right here. All right, so looking at this, as you can see, we had this supply area right here. As you can see, a rally, base, drop, right? So this became our sell zone. So if we're just looking at this without seeing the future, of course, this is what we could see, right? This becomes our sell zone. So we'd love to see price come back to this area, and then we can look to sell. All right, so as you can see, just by looking at the daily, that's what we had, right? So from the H4, right, this is what we had. Remember how the market had been moving already. If we focus on the reversal points, which are your base areas, you can understand that right here we had a base area. Price comes back to the sell zone, we have an impulsive move to the downside, right, very aggressive, and then this becomes our base area from this point. So that is exactly where we saw this opportunity and took the trade. So in the H1, right here, right? So if you just look at this, you can see that we do have a very interesting area right here, which is a sell zone. So price did move away from that, as you can see. Price made its way back here. So what I loved about this was, this first leg and the second leg, right? So that is the reason I was very interested in this trade, because of that. All right, so if we look at it from the PCMM point of view, this is what we can identify. Right, this was just a nice information above the 200 EMA. Remember, we had this 50-200 crossover and we had this structure above, but if you look to the left, this is just our supply area, right? A very clean supply zone that we can look to sell from that area, right? So that was a very interesting one. So looking at this is how we took this trade. Remember, we executed sells from this area as we had a nice information above the Asian range, Asian box, right? And we had a multi-day information on this Thursday and on the Friday, and we had a nice drop. So from that, the reason why I saw this trade was after this 50-200 crossover, we had a pullback to a 200 EMA, which is right here. And as you can see, we have been moving down. So total number of pips, as you can see, we are still holding this trade from this area right here. This first position, we're running over 130 pips plus, and from this area we're running over 97 pips, right? Okay, so that's it for GBP CAD. Very straightforward. No rocket science there. It's just simple structure, right? So we also looked at EUR CAD. We've been holding EUR CAD for a while. Also said that as you can see, this is our daily time frame and our entry right there. This was a very interesting trade. If we look at it from the higher time frame, we can identify the same thing, although this was not that strong, as this supply area got hit a couple of times, which makes it weak, but it did take advantage of that. As you can see how the market pushed that area, right? I'm more interested in the more recent structure. So you can see that push right there into a consolidation, another level of rise into a consolidation, and then the last level of rise with the multi-day information. So this is what I saw. I did see this information right here, right? After this information, I waited for this ID50 right here, and as you can see, we are still holding this one. A very very interesting trade that we have. We're looking at over 300 pips on this one. As you can see, very simple for those who trade BTMM. Multi-day information, 1350 crossover, and an M structure. And as you can see, we have been holding that. Alright guys, hope you guys learned something from this video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Do join our free Telegram channel for free signals and more educational content. Remember, this is the only link to join it, or you can pause the video and scan this QR code. Cheers.